Recently, I replayed both seasons of Batman the Telltale series. I started the season 2, Batman the Enemy Within, before circling back to season 1. I must say it was an absolute blast experiencing both stories again. They're just as good as I remember them to be. As for me personally, I'm drawn to games like these because they allow you to truly inhabit the shoes of the character. In this case, stepping into the roles of Bruce Wayne and Batman was well executed.
There's a squad on the way. I'll be there shortly.
Be ready for a fight.
While some may argue that you could watch the playthrough on YouTube and there's no need to play the game, I couldn't disagree more honestly. The beauty of these games lies in the ability to immerse yourself fully in the character's shoes. With each moment, you're given the freedom to react or not to events in a way that feels true to your own instincts. Whether you want to stay faithful to the established portrayal of Bruce Wayne and Batman in comics or movie, or craft a version that resonates more personally with you. The choice is yours. It's about actively participating in the narrative and story, not just passively observing it. And when you combine that level of engagement with a good and original story centered around Bruce Wayne and Batman, it's a perfect match for me.
This courtesy call is gonna become something you really won't like. You get me? There's a lot of ways this could go.
I don't take kindly to threats, Waller.
In terms of the story, both games delivered solid narratives. The first one was filled with unexpected twists, introducing the original villain, Lady Arkham, known as Vicky Vale, which was a pleasant surprise, especially with the inclusion of familiar faces such as Catwoman, Two-Face, and Penguin in a new light. The second installment was equally if not more interesting, introducing new characters like Amanda Waller, Harley, Bane, and Mr. Freeze, alongside the Joker portrayed as John Doe. The dynamic between Bruce and John was really interesting, as it was going back and forth on the edge of friendship and rivalry, ultimately shaping the Joker's fate based on Bruce's interactions with him.
I collect these. They mean a lot to me. What the?
No pictures.
What truly stands out in these games is their portrayal of the duality between Bruce Wayne and Batman. Both Bruce and Batman are given equal importance. You're often given the choice to approach situations from either perspective, offering two distinct viewpoints and course of actions.
If Falcone's telling the truth about my parents,
Then what the hell did we do this for?
Bruce,
What have you been hiding from me? Alfred!
This aspect adds a layer of depth to the gameplay, allowing players to truly experience what it's like to take on both roles and face the unique challenges each presents. These games capture in a really good way the essence of being Bruce Wayne. It's not solely about Batman, it's about Bruce Wayne and Batman. The balance between these two lives is portrayed really well, highlighting the complexities of managing dual identities. Each persona faces its own set of challenges, showcasing that the struggles aren't exclusive to just one side.
I want to tell him everything, but I can't.
Secrets poison relationships, Bruce. But to protect this city, to protect yourself, he can't know. You know, Miss Kyle is going to run sooner or later. It's her nature. How much can you really trust her as an ally? I know how you feel about her. Make certain you aren't letting that cloud your judgment. You know what must be done.
I believe future Batman games could benefit greatly from incorporating more Bruce Wayne moments and problems. Imagine an expanded version of what we experienced at the start of Batman Arkham City and the Cold Hard DLC in Batman Arkham Origins. By integrating more content focused on Bruce Wayne, games could offer a richer and more immersive experience. This would not only enhance the storytelling, but also provide a more balanced portrayal of the dual identity of Bruce Wayne and Batman. When it comes to gameplay, both seasons offer engaging action sequences and set pieces, in particular Season 2. The gameplay mechanics, such as pressing buttons at specific times, are straightforward yet effective. Additionally, the inclusion of crime scenes adds another layer of depth to the gameplay. Identifying clues in the environment and piecing them together to solve puzzles strike a good balance between being challenging enough to require thought but not overly complicated. Overall, the gameplay mechanics in both seasons are simple and fit that kind of game. Another aspect that I feel could have been expanded upon is the strategic planning of attacks. These moments where you plan your approach to take down enemies were really satisfying, from identifying each enemy's location to determining the best method for you to take them down. These sequences truly put you in Batman's shoes as you prepare to take down your foes. The feeling of just watching your plan of attack unfold seamlessly in a chain of attacks is just satisfying. I only wish there were more opportunities to experience these moments throughout the games. When it comes to replayability, I find it somewhat limited and not as engaging as it could be. I understand that the nature of the game, where choices significantly impact the storyline progression, can make it challenging to implement replayability in a seamless manner. However, I believe there's room for improvement in how replayability is structured. The way it is, once you've completed the story, you've essentially carved out a single path for yourself, making subsequent playthroughs less exciting since you will have to replay through the whole game again. While you can replay individual chapters, the issue arises when certain decisions made in the earlier chapters affect the outcomes in later ones, and once you start a chapter in the middle of the story, automatic choices will be made for the previous chapters. This can lead to a disjointed experience when attempting to replay specific sections. To address this, I propose segmenting each chapter into key set pieces and actions that have major impact on the storyline. This way, players could choose to start their replay from these pivotal moments, providing more flexibility and varying gameplay. To illustrate this concept, imagine a diagram where each chapter's ending branches off into different starting points for the subsequent chapter, depending on the choices you've made. This branching structure would continue throughout the game, allowing players to explore different narrative paths and outcomes more seamlessly. Ultimately, I believe this approach would offer a more organized and intuitive way to replay certain parts of the game. These are just my thoughts on the game as I experienced them. I truly hope that someday we will see a season 3 because I personally found these games incredibly enjoyable. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you played Batman the Telltale Series, either season 1, 2 or both? And if you have, what are your thoughts on these games? Let me know in the comments.